Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 24th, 2020. Shout out to my man Verde for the song request from 3 months ago. J. Cole, Snow in the Bluff. This is a classic right here. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Snow on the Bluff. Check it out if you haven't. It's pretty good, pretty well directed movie. Anyone in the hip hop culture should definitely check out if you haven't. The way it was shot, it seemed like it was real, but it really wasn't. It was shot like almost like a documentary, but it was pretty good. Anyway, welcome to another episode. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to be looking at Chainlink. Yeah, it looks like the devs have sold over 3 million tokens, and this is over the span of about a month or so. So is this bad news for Chainlink? Seeing the devs, the founders sell this aggressively. We're going to take a look at that. I'll give you my 2 Satoshis on this and how you should possibly play this. Also, OKX lists Avalanche and 2 more EOS DeFi tokens. If you guys aren't familiar, there is a growing environment, a growing community of DeFi projects and exchanges over there on EOS. We know the benefit of transacting on EOS is that the transactions are, I call it, frictionless, meaning there's no transaction fee. Even compared to like a Tron, you still have to put aside a certain amount of TRX to make transactions. With EOS, you just have to have an initial CPU stake and RAM stake. I think around right now, maybe around $5, something like that. But that's all you need. And after that, all transactions are free. It's instant, or very close to instant. So we're going to take a look at what they're doing over there and how they're growing. And maybe there are some tokens that you need to pay attention to, because maybe the ROI is higher on a blockchain like EOS, where there isn't a lot of attention being paid to. So your probability for growth is much higher, possibly. It's nothing guaranteed, but just, you know, I want to put you guys up on that. So DeFi Box is where you can do that, and we'll go over DeFi Box here today as well. They're the biggest DEX right now on EOS. They have around 25 million in total value locked, which is not a lot. It's not a lot, but they have a token called the Box token. If you want to compare it to something like the Uniswap token, that would be something we can compare it directly for DeFi Box. But with the Box token, there are a few utility feature sets that you can utilize, and we'll go through all of that here on today's episode. And lastly, I just want to drop this on you. I don't know if you saw yesterday's video, but I surely hope you did. Check this out. Look at this market cap, guys. 10 million. Come on. This is grossly undervalued and underappreciated. And this is why I think this is a great time to actually outright buy the token and just hold it. Eventually, people will come in and see how undervalued this token is, and when you'll at least get a 2x out of it. I personally think a possibly 10x once the markets, overall markets, turn around. That was less than 24 hours ago, okay? And guess what? If you listen to CB, not saying I'm right all the time, I'm not. I'm right more times than not, though, I'll tell you that much. But if you listen to me, guess what? You'll be up over 60% today, because remember, it was down 30% when I recorded it yesterday, telling you that the market cap was grossly undervalued. Today, market cap is currently at 17 million. And yesterday, we were just shy of 11 million in market cap. So we're looking at like an 80% jump just in one day. If you would have listened to CB, you would be up and sitting happy right now. And you may say, oh, CB, the whole market is up. The whole market in general is up. However, this is one of the more outperforming DeFi tokens that we have going on right now. YAM is not even the top 100 tokens, so I can't even give you like the biggest ones up today, but it is the highest performing DeFi token today. So you're welcome if you did buy yesterday on my recommendation. And you got to stay tuned to my crypto news, because I drop gems like this on a regular. All 3 articles coming up on today's episode of My 2 Satoshis. Let's get it. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. So let's take a look at the heat map today. We got green tiles all over the place. Bitcoin up 4.8%. Trading at $10,642. Ethereum up almost 9% at $346. We are long on the Ethereum trade in our algo right now. So those participating in that signal are definitely enjoying that one. We actually went long. Let's see here. Looks like 9 hours ago. So we are doing pretty nicely right now with that trade. I think we're heading way higher. We just breached these 2 areas, or at least this one. We still got to actually get past and score a point on this area, but I think we're headed that way now. Once that happens, guys, we're looking at a next area of resistance around 355 bucks. So we'll see what goes on with that. But overall, a very green day for most of the cryptocurrencies out there. And won't you just look at this chart? Did I not call it yesterday, guys? A bounce off of that trend line. It was right on point. Let's take a quick listen to yesterday's video on this. Take over, and that's just part of the market psychology. And this is what's happening right now in the crypto space. So I believe we are going to see a bounce off of here and then head higher. There you have it. Again, another call in the right direction. So we're looking good right now with the technicals. And I don't have much else to say other than we head higher. We definitely head higher from here. We'll go ahead and try to score a point at this trend line right here, 11,300. That's the next target. We may run into some resistance on the bottom side of this trend line right here if I extend it outward. So we may run into some resistance there, which will be around 10,900. But overall, we've been saved by the bell above 10.5 again. This will now become another area of support for us, and we'll see how things pan out over the next couple of days. But let's take a look at trust nodes. Yes, Chainlink devs sell 3 million tokens. They've sold millions of links in the past month, even as the token seemingly enters a bear market. So what's interesting here is that they sold at the top. And people say, well, how do they know when to sell at the top? Well, when you're one of the bigger token holders of any coin, stock, or whatever it is, you initiate that move down. In you selling becomes a self-fulfilling action, right? You create and initiate the bear market or bear move in that particular market. So that's how these guys who have bigger bags, the whales, look smart, because they're the ones that actually initiate these downturns. So it goes on to say, after rising to an all-time high of $20, Link has only been downwards, reaching $750, which still gives it a huge fully diluted market cap of $9 billion. Insane. Some $3 billion paper worth are currently circulating, with the owner and his crew selling about 1% of it in the past month. They've sold at the very top and then throughout what seems to be an automated 500,000 link a week, with much of it going to Binance. So they're straight cashing out. I don't blame them. There's nothing wrong with that. They created it. They put in the work. They got lucky. They reap the benefits. That's just what it is. It's at the expense of you, but it definitely is something that you should do. You should pay yourself, and you know that's warranted. So it goes on to talk about there's no financial reports to detail on what they're spending all this money on or what their asset strategy is. The only thing we can see is this 500,000 making its way to Binance every week. As you guys see this list right here, look at these quantities. Every week, like clockwork, 500 grand heading to Binance. And by the way, at current prices, that's about 5 million, just shy of 5 million a week. But remember, they were doing that at the top. So that's an additional 5 million at the top. That's 10 million all the way down as a dollar cost averages out. But that's big money. They are definitely dumping. Now they do have another 26.5 million links to go through, worth around 200 million at this point. And they have 6 addresses of 50 million each, worth 2.4 billion, or about 80% of the current market cap. So this selling, guys, is probably not going to be turned off anytime soon. I would say, of course, this has a major reason behind this pullback in Link. Just to see this relentless sell-off, it's evidently them. They're selling 500,000 tokens a week. You can't possibly create that much demand and more to keep prices heading higher, not week after week. And so, you know, this is now what we need to think about. Are we overvalued with Chainlink even at these prices? So I must say, if they continue to do these 500,000 token sell-offs every week, I would stay away. I'm just going to be honest with you. If they don't come out with some type of announcement saying that we're going to stop at this date or stop at this amount, I can't see myself buying a token with that much supply hitting the markets every week to be sold off. I'm sorry, I would have to stay away from it until we get some more clarity. So Chainlink, as you might know, is a method to provide price feeds and other data to smart contracts in a way that they claim is decentralized, with the value of this token meant to come from people paying for these price feeds. Such payments are minuscule though compared to its market cap, so its primary value proposition is or was a hype, chiefly from 4chanies, who are probably at least in part some marketing company instead of actual anons to make this a more valuable project than Uniswap's $500 million in yearly revenue or other DeFi dApps. So this is very true, and this is something we have to think about. Although I will say we did see a bounce today in Chainlink. Chainlink is up 23% today, so it's trading at $9.57. So you would have made a nice little chunk of change on yesterday buying that dip, and that's not hindsight, because I did say you could buy at that point. It was like $7 or $8 at the time of recording on yesterday's video. But I will say this bounce may not last. Again, if they sell 500,000 tokens every week, the selling pressure is coming back every week. So until I see something that, you know, the team comes out and says, hey, we're done selling, that will mark my buying spree on Chainlink. Let me know your thoughts about this. Did you guys even know the founding team was selling 500,000 tokens a week? Doesn't show much confidence to me from the team, but hey, you get it how you live. Let's take a look at this DeFi box. This is a sleeper. You guys definitely need to take a look at it. It is the Uniswap of EOS, okay? They have, again, 25 million, I think a little bit more at this point, under total value locked, and has a very simple interface, very similar to Uniswap, though I think Uniswaps and SushiSwaps looks a little bit better, to be honest with you, but it serves the purpose. DeFi box, though, is a little bit different from Uniswap because they have a mining weight value, which will indicate how much box token reward you will receive for performing a swap. Unlike Ethereum, guys, you probably know EOS network can produce a high number of transactions at a low cost. So Box is the governance token of the Box DAO with a supply limited to 10 million. That's a critical point that you have to understand, and why I think maybe you should at least take a look at Box. Even if you don't want to trade over there, you may want to play this indirectly and just buy some Box tokens. It is currently trading at $14, and they say it's a limited 10 million Box tokens in circulation. I don't know what that means, because I see a total right here of 100 million. I'm not sure if that's the max supply or if it's 10 million is the max supply. Can't tell you. That would definitely change some of my parameters on where this token is valued. As you see, we don't have a market cap currently, but you can quickly get to that by looking at the current price times outstanding tokens. We can easily find that out on the EOS Block Explorer. So I'll do some research on that, or you can yourself as well. And with the Box token, you can mine it by adding liquidity to swap pools. You can perform swaps. Future mining will be voted for by Box holders. Another way you can mine it is generate USN tokens. So DeFi Box supports minting USN stablecoins by locking up EOS. There is currently 10 million USD value of EOS tokens locked in the USN. And lastly, NDX tokens can be staked in NewDex for Box rewards. NewDex is the premier EOS exchange and supports DeFi Box. Token Pocket Wallet seems to work well with DeFi Box, and I've used Token Pocket Wallet in the past, so that's good to know. However, I would probably use one of the browser wallets like Wombat. That's what I would use, because I use Wombat for Telos as well. So yeah, use Wombat. You can install it for your browser or in your browser easily and interact with DeFi Box. And one other thing, speaking of EOS DeFi tokens, OKX has actually listed 3 more tokens, guys. I just want to give you a heads up on that. The candidates for listing include DeFi Box. We just talked about them. DeFi's network is DFS, DMD, and Organics, NewDex, and Token Pocket. So look into, I would say, DeFi Box, and I would also say NewDex and Token Pocket. Look into those 3, and there may be a reason why DeFi Box saw a bump today. Maybe it was a listed or voted on, and will be one of the 2 listed on OKX as well. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up on Box possibly being listed, maybe by now, NewDex and Token Pocket. Look into those 3 tokens on the EOS blockchain. But of course, you know, I don't buy on green days, so I would never buy today, being up 16%. That's Box, DeFi Box token. I wouldn't buy it today, but at least you put it in your wish list and wait for a down day and pull the trigger, get that blood buy in. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, use that link in the description below. Sign up for Dudex. They are offering 0 fees for Link USDT pair. This is insane. I'm actually working on the algo right now for Link USD pair, so that hopefully will be done in the next couple of weeks. Just got to tweak it, and just as a process that takes a little bit of time. But once I get there, oh boy, I'm going to enjoy this. 0 fees. That means I can actually set up a scalping algo. We'll see. We'll see. Those are harder to do, but check them out, dudex.com. If you want to sign up for a free month of my algo service, you can do that as well. Just send me an email after you sign up with the link below and include your API keys, and I will connect your account to my algo. Make sure you check the trade option when creating your API key. That's very important. I forget to tell you guys that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Again, shout out to my man Verde for the song request. J. Cole, Snow on the Bluff. I'm out of here, people. Ha!